Welcome to the season finale of Soul Knowledge Season 2. Tonight's story is that of the Nike Air Rift, a sneaker designed as an aid to Kenyan runners who are still interested in participating in American marathons. The design is unique and the story is one of my personal favorites. So thanks for sticking around for another season. Tonight we end off with something special. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Soul Knowledge, the home of the sneaker story and the home of sports culture insights. It has been my absolute privilege hosting you and sharing these amazing stories. I am your host, Bernie Wickham, and I am the sneaker evangelist. In our first season, we dealt with footwear basics, and in the second season, we dealt with future-based stories and great inspiration behind footwear. If you've missed any of our episodes, please follow us on these channels. You may like, subscribe, and share. Soul Knowledge is a great platform for sneaker-based education, and I know that you as a community have learned so much more, understood so much more. So please keep sharing, keep being a part of this, and we look forward to sharing so much more with you guys in the future. Now, it is common knowledge that Kenyan athletes excel in athletics, but more specifically that of longer distances of running. And now these athletes, even as youths, when they began running, they ran bare feet. They compete bare feet. And when they look for more opportunities to run, it's not surprising that when they reach the United States, they want to compete bare feet. The obstacle that they do, however, face is that marathon rules in the United States regulate that you may not run without shoes. And Nike understood that this was a stumbling block for many of these athletes and decided to create a shoe that was kind of a halfway point between bare feet and a running shoe. And that was the gap that had been filled by Nike's Air Rift. It should therefore not come as a surprise, but the design inspiration for the Nike Air Rift is actually the barefoot in motion. And what Nike had set out to create with the Rift was a barefoot for a barefoot. That's an interesting design challenge to come across, because how do you create a shoe that is so lightweight yet gives you stability across that forefoot? That has been overcome by two straps that have been introduced within the shoe. One strap locking the forefoot into place and the other one locking the heel into place. These two straps keep the foot steady, but only because of these straps does it then allow the opportunity for these two spaces to be freed up in the upper. Those two spaces automatically reduce the weight of the shoe, increase the breathability, and also increase the sense of freedom for the foot inside of the shoe. The next design feature that jumps out at you is actually the toe box area. Now in the toe box, you will notice that this is actually a split toe. The reason for that split toe is because it starts to simulate the feeling of running barefoot better, because your toes have more movement in it. It also gives you a stronger sense of freedom and mobility, and that is what this toe box is all about. My favorite piece, however, about this is the fact that Nike has chosen the colors of the Kenyan flag to put on the upper itself. This gave the athletes a strong sense of pride when running in these shoes, because it not only represented their nation, but also with the split toe, it represents their running culture, all just in one beautiful piece of footwear. But here's a tiny detail that almost goes missing. The name of the shoe is the Air Rift, and it's not only because of the rift that takes place between the big toe and the other four toes, but also within Kenya, its largest natural phenomenon is that of the Rift Valley within the country. So even the Rift Valley has found its inspiration taking place within the shoe itself. Ain't that special? In having a look at the midsole, this is a compression molded EVA with Nike's Air technology encapsulated within the midsole itself. What that means is that this construction allows for a lighter weight, better cushioning, and minimizes injuries when running. Finishing things off with the outsole. And in this traction design, you will see that it has taken its inspiration from the topography of Kenya itself. Then, two deep flex groove within the outsole means that this shoe is able to bend beyond the natural ability of the foot's bending. Therefore, there will never be a sense of resistance or restriction to what that foot can actually bend within the shoe. Finally, it's also been cut back with the amount of carbon rubber used in the construction of this outsole. So less carbon rubber always means a massive reduction in weight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Nike had solved the problem for barefoot runners who could now run in American marathons from the country of Kenya. What a beautiful story. So there you have it. That is the end of Soul Knowledge Season 2. It's a season that I've been very proud sharing with you in these past 7 episodes. And it's something that I hope that you guys would remember and find the courage to tell other people when you see these sneakers on their feet, or if you may be wearing any of these shoes yourselves. After all, it's about you being evangelists too. Thank you so much for joining. Please share this video, share Soul Knowledge. It's really a special project. And guys, let's see if you can do it one more time. One sneaker in 1 second. Lot of love.